This was a crate amp, just a 25 watt bass crate amp that I had, and I took the chassis out of it. It's a pretty decent metal chassis, and I converted it into a tube amp. I just took everything out, installed my own circuit board with a hand-wired perf board, and drilled some holes in the back of it for some tubes. And this is a kind of a hybrid between a Fender Pro Jr. and a 5E3. This is instead of using diode rectification, we have a tube rectifier. Right now I got a 5U4 in there. I think I'm going to change that to a 5Y3, and it has a toroidal power transformer, so I was able to put it inside the chassis. And since the tubes are sticking out the back, and I found a nice output transformer, it had a really nice sound, new old stock, and that was just the right size to fit on the back. So I bolted that to the back, and it's using Soviet tubes. But what these are, they are copies, Soviet copies of the 12AX7s, and these are copies of the EL84s. So it's a push-pull amp. The reason I say it's a hybrid between a 5E3 is because I wanted to have two inputs. So I built that according to the 5E3 inputs. And then as far as the power supply, I had to modify that a little bit to make it work with tube rectification like a 5E3 instead of the diodes like a Fender Pro. So it's kind of a cross in between the two. It's nice and loud. It's got volume and tone. And I just wanted to make a video of it before I install it into the cabinet. Of course, it's going to go back in this slot here. And I'm gonna still have the plug-in on the back, so you have an output jack you can actually unplug from for the one speaker in the cabinet. So this could be plugged into another cabinet. This cabinet could be used for other amps. And everything's as usual the way I do things on these. I have the toggle switch on off. I've got a neon indicator bulb. Fuse is up front. The old power switch I just left there because there was nothing else to fill the slot with, but it's not connected to anything. And the small holes that aren't being used, I'm just going to plug those with some silicone plugs just to cover them up. And we'll hook it up and see what it sounds like here in a little bit. Just wanted to explain how it was built.